Good life. Welcome to our online peer feedback live streaming. As part of assessment 4 for foundation and reading, we are here to have a really nice live discussion. But before that, kindly allow me to introduce my fellow articulate, studious, and beautiful group members. These are Miss Conesha Hunt, Miss Scheneka Isaacs, Miss Morissa Johnson, and Miss Okelia Husbands, which are all females. And yours truly, the only male, Mr. Ticque John. In this lesson, we will discuss the importance of phonemic awareness and phonics to young learners. Our focus will be on how we can assist on the development of children, and we can consider three areas in which we can do this. One, vocabulary. Two, comprehension. Three, last but not least, writing. Now, without further ado, now I'll invite Miss Morissa to apologize, Miss Isaacs, to take us into the other part. And she briefly of phonemic awareness and phonics on young learners. Isaacs?
Getting. I would be explaining the importance of phonemic awareness and phonics to young learners. Phonemic awareness is the specific ability to focus on individual sounds called phonemes. Phonemic awareness is one of the best predictors of a student's ability to read fluently. But why is phonemic awareness important to young? It's hard to learn to read if you can't match sounds to letters. That's where phonemic awareness comes in. Learners are often asked to sound out words they don't recognize or understand. A firm grasp of phonemic awareness is the backbone of this technique. Understanding how to break down unfamiliar words into individual phonemes can be an incredible, powerful tool for your child to use on your learning journey. Phonemic awareness skills can also help build your learners' confidence and familiarity with sounds and letters they are trying to read. The more comfortable the learners are with letters and sounds, the better prepared they will be for a lifetime of learning and reading. Next, phonics. Phonics is an approach for helping children to learn the relationship between letters and sounds. But why is phonics important to young learners? It is important for children to learn letter sound relationships because in the alphabet to represent. Phonics teaches information to help children learn how to read. Children learn the sounds that each letter makes and how a change in the order of letters changes a word's meaning. Next, I'll also talk about two phonemic awareness activities that might be useful to young learners. Those two phonemic activities are I Spy blending game and rhyme matching game. First, I'll talk about I Spy blending. I Spy with songs is a fun way to engage phonemic awareness. You can say I spy with my little eye something that starts with the sound in the classroom and wait for the learners to shout out something they spy with that sound. This helps them to focus and identify the initial letters sound in words, which is an important building block for strong reading as they grow. Next, I'll talk about rhyming matching game. Rhyme matching game, you can print out pictures of common items that rhyme. Example, cheer, steer, hat, and mat. Explain to your learners that rhyming words are words that have the same ending sound. Then you can ask your learners to say what each picture is showing, and then ask your learners to match the pictures that have the same ending song or the same rhyming song. Thank you for listening, and I'll hand you over to Ms. Johnson.
Thank you, Isaacs, and I will now be presenting on the vocabulary strategy. Vocabulary is all the languages and words used or understood by a person or a group of people. Vocabulary can be described as oral, reading, or writing. Oral vocabulary is the words we use when speaking or recognized in listening. Reading vocabulary are the words we recognize in a print, whilst writing vocabulary are the words we use. Sorry. Now, vocabulary is important in young learners because it helps to develop a young learner's comprehension, communication, and expressing themselves using words. Keynotes. Keynotes that you need to know is the learner needs to learn and understand that each letter are made up of sounds, and those letters form words. And from the words, you will teach the learners the meaning of the word, how to use them when speaking and writing. In order to develop a young learner, vocabulary is by getting the learner involved in a lot of reading. Not just reading anything, read books that the child is interested in. For example, books about sports, animals, and even spaceships. And do not let the child just learn the words. Get a child involved in making and having a notebook and writing down the words and sentence referring to the words so they can remember it. An activity suitable to enhance a young learner vocabulary is the flashcards. Not just any flashcards with pictures. For example, say we have a picture with a bird and a cage. You will put the bird on top of the cage, between two cages, inside a cage, and let that child write the sentence describing what is happening inside the picture. And that will help enhance the child's vocabulary by writing and understanding what his vocabulary is all about and using words, how to use them. I will now hand you to Miss Hunt and she will explain the other one.
Thank you very much, Ms. Johnson. I'll be looking at comprehension. Firstly, what is comprehension? Comprehension is the ability to understand written words. Comprehension is important in reading because it helps strengthen communication. There are many activities teachers can use to promote comprehensions in young learner, one of which they can play a game of roll and tell. In this game, it requires a dice and a sheet of paper where students roll and retell the story where it landed. For example, who are characters in the story, the settings in the story, and so on. I'll hand you over to Ms. Husbands, who will give you more on the next strategy.
Thank you, Ms. Hunt. I'll be looking at writing ability, which is defined as the ability to initiate and evolve ideas and then use certain revising, editing practices to develop them to maturity in a given context. To help children develop their writing ability or skill, we can use aids like tracing worksheets, where we give them worksheets and have them trace the dotted lines provided, or where we provide them with coloring books and utensils to have them color the drawings in the book provided. Thank you. I'll now hand you to Mr. John to conclude today's lesson.
Thank you very much, fellow teachers. Certainly, all of us have benefited and learned a lot from this presentation. So, can we all say that they do a very good job? Certainly. Well, for starters, what what have we learned from this video streaming, this live streaming? Well, Ms. Isaacs touched extensively on phonemic awareness and phonics on young learners. Ms. made mention that phonemic awareness is one of the best predictors of a student's ability to read fluently, and or will further help our learners. It will give them the ability to hear songs clearly and to differentiate them. And this will allow children to acquire language easily. And that knowledge of language is key to understanding what they read. Phonics, on the other hand, is an approach for helping young learners to have a relationship or learn the relationship between letters and sound. Miss Morissa highlighted on vocabulary. She described it as oral. It described as oral, read, and writing. Ms. Conesha highlighted that comprehension is important in reading because it strengthens our communication skills. So we want to thank all of you for watching our live stream. I know you have benefited. Please do leave a like and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and also comment. Thank you very much.